When you're ready to start your business, Northwest Registered Agent gives you access to thousands of free guides, tools, and legal forms. Everything you need to launch and protect your business in one place. Northwest Registered Agent has been helping small business owners and entrepreneurs launch and grow businesses for nearly 30 years. They're the largest registered agent and LLC service in the U.S., with over 1,500 corporate guides, real people who know your local laws and can help you in your business every step of the way. Plus, with Northwest, privacy is automatic. They never sell your data and handle all services in-house because privacy by default is their pledge to customers. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks and 10 minutes. Visit northwestregisteredagent.com/OFD-free and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at northwestregisteredagent.com/OFD-free. This is Optimal Finance Daily. Mortgage Prepayment Made Easy. Own your home in half the time by J.D. Roth of GetRichSlowly.org. Because I recently eliminated all of my non-mortgage debt, I had a significant positive cash flow. The $1,000 per month I was putting towards debt can now be used for investing. I'm making maximum contributions to my Roth IRA, of course, but that still leaves several $100s each month available for other purposes. This has forced me to evaluate my financial goals. Mortgage prepayment options. For the past year, Chris and I have discussed making accelerated payments on our mortgage. I've written about this choice several times at Get Rich Slowly, and it seems clear that mathematically it makes more sense to invest the money. However, it's also clear that eliminating a mortgage offers a tremendous psychological boost. I've never heard anyone say they regret owning their home outright. I've researched a variety of mortgage acceleration schemes. Refinancing from a 30-year to a 15-year mortgage is appealing, but the interest rate drop from 6.25% isn't enough to make this worthwhile. I could sign up for my bank's bi-weekly payment program, but I don't like the enrollment fee, and I don't like the increase in paperwork. Or we could make an extra payment every year or pay an extra $100 per month, but I feel like we could do more. Ultimately, we decided to use the method described by Charles Givens in his 1988 bestseller, Wealth Without Risk. Quote, "You can pay off your 30-year mortgage in half the time without refinancing by making extra principal payments. On the first of the month when you write your regular mortgage check, write a second check for the principal-only portion of the next month's payment." End quote. Wealth without risk. For most homeowners, the principal portion of a mortgage payment is quite small. For example, our February mortgage bill was $1,681.79. Of this, $1,119.16 was designated for interest, $295.19 for escrow, taxes, and insurance, but only $267.44 for principal. Using Givens' plan, if I include an extra $267.44 with my payment, I'll also knock off the next month's payment from my mortgage. That $267.44 accomplishes the same thing $1,681.79 usually does, but at 16% of the normal monthly cost. That's a bargain. The advantages of this method are: it has a sliding degree of difficulty. At first, the extra principal payments are lower, but as we pay down the mortgage, these extra payments increase. We have time to grow into these increased payments. It's easy for us to back out. If we decide our money is better used elsewhere, we can simply stop making extra principal payments. And every time we make a payment, we're essentially making two payments, cutting the term of our mortgage in half. After discussing the pros and cons, Chris and I have agreed to follow a modified version of Givens' plan. To make things simple, we're using round numbers. Every January, we'll adjust how much extra we're paying. If our budget gets too tight, we can cut back at any time. The drawbacks. To be fair, Givens doesn't recommend this method for low-interest mortgages like ours. He clearly states, never pay off low-interest mortgages, those under 9%. Instead, use the extra money in a better investment. He wouldn't advocate using this method on a 6.25% mortgage. The March 2008 issue of Consumer Reports has a brief exploration of this topic. Their conclusion? Quote, many people find peace of mind in paying off their mortgages and owning their homes outright, especially as they approach retirement. That can make an investment in your mortgage a worthy choice, psychologically if not financially. Still, the bottom line, according to our Money Lab, is this. Although there are exceptions, chances are you'll be better off putting extra money into a good mutual fund, not into prepaying your mortgage, end quote. Did you see this article? Chris asked me after she finished reading it. Yes, I said. What do you think? I don't care, she said. I want to do both. I want to invest and prepay the mortgage. So do I said. Financial freedom. If we have a substantial emergency fund, if we're fully funding our retirement plans, and if we're saving for other goals, I believe that paying down the mortgage makes sense for us. We understand that we're sacrificing some theoretical and probable future investment returns, but we're also working to create a financial situation that's easy for us to maintain in the long run. If we have no mortgage, that's $1,400 less each month that we have to pay in expenses. We'll still need to pay taxes and insurance. Since we split the payment, that's $700 less per month that I have to pay. Without a mortgage, my fixed expenses would be about $600 a month. My total expenses would be about $950 a month. This would provide tremendous freedom, granting me the opportunity to try things that I might not otherwise be able to do. Another form of diversification. Every investment book I've read says that a smart investor diversifies his portfolio, putting some of his money into each of several different types of investments. I view prepaying the mortgage as diversification. Sure, the stock market will probably beat the 6.25% I'll earn by doing this, but it's guaranteed money. To me, it's better to put my money into my mortgage than into bonds, certificate of deposit, or a high-yield savings account, especially if we're entering a recession. You just listened to the post titled Mortgage Prepayment Made Easy, Own Your Home in Half the Time by J.D. Roth of GetRichSlowly.org. One of my biggest goals for 2026 is finally building a dedicated travel fund without the guilt. I'm tired of stressing about money when I book a trip, so this year I'm getting organized. Managing your money doesn't have to be a struggle this year. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your laptop or phone. I've been using Monarch for years and love using it for my New Year's financial reset. It helps me review spending and set fresh budgets. Plus, their AI assistant gives me personalized answers instantly. This new year, achieve your financial goals for good. Monarch is the all-in-one tool that makes proactive money management simple all year long. Use code OPTIMAL at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code OPTIMAL. Imagine you're a business owner who has to rely on a dozen different software programs to run your company. Each one is expensive, overly complicated, and worst of all, none of them are connected. Now imagine a platform that could tackle all of your business management needs in one place. That platform you're imagining? It's Odoo. Odoo has all the programs you'll ever need, and they're all connected on a single, simple, easy-to-use software, giving you peace of mind that your business is always being taken care of from every angle. Odoo assists in accounting, marketing, inventory, HR, CRM, manufacturing, and everything in between through its user-friendly interface and open source applications. Basically, if your business needs it, Odoo's got it. Odoo sounds pretty amazing, right? So stop wasting your time and money on those expensive, disconnected platforms and let Odoo harmonize your business with simple, efficient software that can handle everything for a fraction of the price. It doesn't get much better than that. So what are you waiting for? Discover how Odoo can take your business to the next level by visiting odoo.com. That's ODOO.com. Odoo, modern management made simple. I appreciate that JD acknowledges that mathematically it makes more sense to invest your money versus paying off your mortgage. But many of our decisions around money are led by emotions, not by what is the most optimal decision. There are certainly emotional benefits to having a paid-off house, but they don't appeal to me for a few reasons. First of all, you're always going to have housing costs. Even if your mortgage is paid off, you'll pay property taxes forever and they will continue to go up. You'll also always have maintenance costs. Whether you rent or own, whether you have a mortgage or not, you will always pay something to live somewhere unless you're house hacking, which means you rent out portions of your primary residence and have your tenants pay your costs. I see my primary residence as a lifestyle decision, not an investment, and I want to put the bulk of my money into income-producing investments, not an asset that needs ongoing cash infusions. My stock portfolio doesn't have any requirements for additional contributions. Whether I put more money into it or not, it will continue to grow. It's an income-producing asset. My primary residence has the opportunity to appreciate in value, but over the long term, statistics show that this appreciation typically only keeps up with inflation. So why would I want to lock up my money in this tangible asset when it could be working harder for me elsewhere? I do think I'll pay off my house when I'm much older, but it needs to make sense in the context of my overall financial picture. I don't want more than 10% of my net worth tied up in my house. Also, my mortgage is $600 per month. It's a very reasonable cost that I can easily meet even with a loss of income or other financial hardship. If I had a mortgage that was a higher percentage of my monthly income, for many it's close to 30% or more, I would probably get more of an emotional benefit from paying off my mortgage. And that'll do it for today. Have a happy rest of your day, and I'll see you on the Thursday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.